Morning. Well, we're in the grain bunkers, our fertiliser storage. I'm standing here where right there was 600,000 kilograms of pelletised cow manure, or that Terrace Plus stuff. In the next little bay over behind it was about 300,000 kilograms of starter fertiliser. And that white pile just there, 1.6 million kilograms of urea. That's all that's left. Fertilising's done. How good's that? So now it's just finish off with the 12-metre pass, roll it, and we're almost ready to plant. The season's just beginning. Field this morning. We're out here in the workshop. Well, in the workshop. We're got to fix up drag bucket, so she's needs a bit of TLC. I'll show you why. So yeah, as you can see, that part there is all worn away to nothing. It's like tin, whereas normally it's at least 10 mil thick. So yeah, just normal wear and tear, wear item. So we're going to replace that now. Found some old scrap steel down the tip, and we'll get it ready and then we'll weld it on there. So who out there uses the Milwaukee rattle guns, 1/2 inch drive rattle guns? Probably hundreds of you. I'd say thousands, but there's not thousands watching me, so whatever. Don't run Milwaukee, as I've said before in my previous videos, but I do run Makita, and I found this Makita ratchet. It's a DTL 300. It's a 1/2 inch drive ratchet, but it's as good as some of those 1/2 inch drive Milwaukee rattle guns. Really impressed with this thing. I'll show you what it's like here. Turn around. Haven't touched it, haven't loosened it. It's still sealed up solid, like you can tell. It hasn't been touched. Oh, that was doing it up. Unreal bit of gear. Fast. Packs a punch for what it is. It's only on the 18 volts. The 18 volt ecosystem, I guess you call it, or the battery home of Makita, which really sucks because I really want one in 40 volt. I reckon that would be a monster. But anyway, so Makita, if you're listening, or someone's listening who knows Makita, guys, couldn't make a 40 volt version. It would be kick ass. So yeah, just going to find a socket for this bigger one. It'll be 1 1/8. Better grab an 1 1/8 instead of a metric socket, and that should be good. So yeah, because I don't follow the rules, and I don't think anyone else does. We use a chrome socket on the little rattle gun here. Oh, well, the impact ratchet. Yeah, we'll spin her around here again. Watch this bad boy go. Unreal. So yeah, Makita, Milwaukee, what do you got? You got nothing. Makita's where it's at. So anyway, I like stirring Milwaukee boys up because I know they've got nothing apart from marketing and fancy gizmos that really don't do much. And I know for a fact they were done up with a Milwaukee rattle gun. So, proof's in the pudding right there. Let's get a smaller socket now for that one. Different size bolt. Should be all the same. Reviewing. watching something not happening. That's it. Yeah, you can see where it's worn out. That's an old cutting edge we took off the blade. So that, yeah, we just try and use what we can for these things. They just wear out. So yeah, it's an old cutting edge. Just going to cut that off and weld a new piece on. Anyway, there's the second one done, ready to go. Finishing that one off over there now, cutting it off. Yeah, and you're good to go. Righto, well, that'll do for the shed, I think. Might bloody go down the field here in a bit and see what else is going on, and see what other mischief and adventures we can get into. Right now, we're finishing off our last 144 hectares, I think it is from memory, in this last rollover bankless development. Pulling up the cotton beds now with our 6 metre Gesner and our 8RT 410. Yeah, so that's incorporating the cow manure and the urea in these blocks, and then going to let the 6 metre rig get a front a little bit, probably about halfway, and then we'll send in the 12 metre bars to pull into sets of 12 metres for us. So that's what we're up to now. So yeah, we'll watch this 8RT come up here over this rollover, or this road, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so watch it all happen here. Just straight up and over, nice and efficient. Like I said in earlier videos, these runs in these new bankless are about 3.5 k's long, 3.8, some of the longer runs. Straight up and over into the next bay. And away he goes. Very efficient. Love it. And as you probably saw, where he's pulling up the beds, it's not ripped up or anything. It's straight after the buckets have been over the field, levelling it. Couple of reasons on that. Being bankless, we think that if you rip it, we probably won't get the accuracy, I guess you want to call it, of the hills and the beds being right for irrigating. Probably didn't see it real good there because of the sun. We'll go over this other side. So that the implement, when it's on the ground, it's at the right height, whereas if it's ripped up, you might have some bigger clods and things there, right? So if it's got those bigger clods, the implement's moving up and down, and we're trying our best to keep the implement settled and level, so the water, when it comes up and fills up and goes into the field, it's all at the right height. And that's why we, built / invented this bloody Variadepth thing I got to help maintain that. So there's a bit of science behind it all. Yeah, that's why some people in a siphon field irrigation scenario, like a standard irrigation, they'll rip it, maybe work it with some speed tillers or whatever, break clods up, then pull hills up, whereas we go straight in behind the buckets. We think it gets a better result for our bankless irrigation systems. So yeah, that's what we're up to this morning. Don't know if I'll video the 12 metre cultivators going through, pulling in the sets of 12. We've seen them on previous videos, sort of a bit of a rinse and repeat. But we're at the pointy end. Friday morning, possible showers tonight. Sort of racing the rain a little bit, wouldn't mind getting it all pulled up. So if we do get any rain, it'll help break up all the clods before we roll it. So yeah, that's what we're up to. The earthworks team are still putting in structures and pipes around here. That's how new it is. We've got some pipes up here, we'll show you the size of them. And yeah, that's what's going on today on the farm. All right, so, the water, water's always level, no matter what, and water goes downhill. Can't make it go uphill without pumps, in a simple term. Right, so how this rollover system irrigation works is it'll come down this channel once it's been used up in the top, bays further up there to the east. It'll come down here, it'll fill up the drain around the field, and as it rises up it'll go into the field, and that's controlled with this box here. This is the underside of it. That's where the outlet of that box is. This box will be dug into the ground, and that'll be set to a height that recess in it, and the gate will go up and down in there to control the water in and out. Uses these pipes over here, go under this road I'm walking over, and then those pipes connect into that box there, which then also fills this next field or bay, and lets the water go down this channel to the next drain, I guess you call it, or feeder channel that goes along the field that way, and then also then up into the rows that way. So that's a real basic, dumb it down, bar napkin explanation of how that water flows. Probably not entirely accurate, but you get the general idea. Well, anyway, I think I might wrap it up. There's not much happening other than that. We're just cleaning out chaser bins and spreaders, and then we finish the fert work. Yeah, rollers are still going. They've probably got a week to go. We've all seen the roller on the previous videos. No need to go back over those guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. No doubt there'll be some other action happening next week. And yeah, see you all then.